Hey, good morning. I have moved on from ChatGPT to Grok, and it has not been cooperating. So we'll see how these look here. You know what's going on in the news, but part of it's not front page news. We have the Iran conflict involving the availability or scarcity of oil. The price of oil is whipping around, more up than down this past week. We have a lot of uncertainty related to that. And the 10-year bond has gone from being barely under four up to four and a quarter again. So the 30-year fixed has followed that. But my point too here is that mortgage rates are not front page news. And so this is not something I'm going to talk about outside of the offices. You know what I mean? We're still going to be okay, hopefully. The Federal Reserve is meeting today, Tuesday, and tomorrow. Nothing's guaranteed. There's a 95% chance they're not going to reduce the Fed funds rate. And there's talk of increasing the Fed funds rate because of some hot inflation reports and what is happening with inflation relative to the price of oil. I think they'll just hold, but what do I know? Uh, the bottom point here, the administration and the head of the FHFA are talking about and signing executive orders about reducing mortgage regulations in an effort to make them less costly so that maybe rates can improve without the Fed having to do anything or the market doing anything. If they can pull out some of those loan level price adjustments that we talked about a couple of years ago, or just do some things that would involve less cost. Hopefully, something comes with it, but it might take forever. You never know. Um, so, rates right now, today, it's Monday afternoon, about 3 o'clock. Nice day. The 30-year fixed is at about 6.25% with no discount attached to it. If it's a $500,000 loan, the difference between six and six and a quarter, about $70. So, what are you going to do? We can still have the seller buy down the rate. The FHA, the VA, and the USDA, not on this slide, those are both up a quarter as well, up to the upper fives, 5.875. They were like 5.5 last week. But again, if it's not front page news, maybe it's not really something that I should focus on as much. The one that's not in bold here, that's the FHA zero down payment loan. That's running at about 6.5% there. And the 10-year fixed arm at the bottom remains about a half a point better than the 30-year fixed. So they both went up. The 10-year fixed arm with no buy down fees, about 5.75%. Hopefully, by the time you see this, something's happened to start to resolve the conflict and reduce the uncertainty in the market. Let's talk about alternatives here. Stacking assets. If we have some, we'll call them retired buyers, point one. Two buyers, they're both retired. They get a total of $4,000 a month between the two of them in Social Security. Not a lot of money to be able to qualify for a house, but they each have about $100,000 among bank, 401k, IRA, and stock brokerage accounts. So, bullet point number three here, they have a total of $200,000 in these assets. We do not have to take a penny from those assets and do anything with it. They will remain just as they are. We divide the total, 200,000, by 60 months and we get $3,333. I can put that 3333 into an additional income field for them. So they've got their 4,000 of real money coming in, and there are 3333 of hypothetical money that we calculate by dividing those asset accounts by 60 months. Now I get to use $7,333 total income for the file. So we have gone from not qualifying to qualifying. And I'm doing a lot of these right now, and the rates aren't worse. It's just good stuff. We can use W-2 income plus retiring using the asset accounts and the retirement accounts and stacking them together to amplify income and put people into qualification status. And it's been really productive. I really enjoy being able to help people who think they can't buy. And something I'm telling people as well who are thinking about selling or not selling because they have their pretty 3% rate, but they have a home equity line of credit behind that at 8.5 or 9%. They've got $25,000 to $30,000 in credit card debt with an expiring 0% introductory rate going up to 29%, and a lot of equity they're sitting on. So sell your house, take your proceeds, pay everything off, put a larger than normal down payment down on the new house, and buy the rate down. And you go from this big monthly outflow to, yeah, you'll have a new mortgage in the fives instead of the threes, but you'll clean the slate of all your other debts, maybe keep a little nest egg, and move on with your life. So, what we got to do, right? Thank you very much. Have a good day.